Good afternoon. I guess attending the practice was worth it for me. I want everyone to take a deep breath because we're going to have a good time today. We're going to have a great time today. And I also want to recognize, in addition to, I don't want to get my protocol all messed up, but in addition to Narissa Underwood, I want to recognize the Lieutenant Governor and Speaker Judy Wampat and Vice Speaker B.J. Cruz and, of course, Senator Frank Uggan. And as well as Eric Palacios and my colleague from not too far from here, President Mary Okada. Buenas tardes todos hamzo tauto isla tauto Guam dan tauto Universidad Hafa Ade. Ginenami ginigid mas 3 kilo na Universidad kita Guam. Sinya gihilotano. Mas 3 kilo gilotano ungan. Takilonya kin masya hafa dan mono na Universidad. Feliz Pascua dan Viva Año Nuevo para todos hamzo. Maligayang Pasko. Merry Christmas and a wonderful 2017 to all of you who are here today. Thank you very much for your attendance. Now, it's my privilege every commencement to give welcoming remarks at this ceremony. This marks the 18th time that I've done this. At this time of the year, it is made more special by the fact that we celebrate holidays and family time, and many of those family members are here today. It is a commencement exercise, so we are reminded that it is just a beginning. But it is also the culmination of one phase of your university education at either a bachelor's or a master's level. Hence, simultaneously, it is a commencement and a culmination. To commence or to commemorate remains the contradictory feature of this ceremony, meaning it is two things at once, a beginning and an end. So the university is here to simultaneously congratulate you on your past here at the university and introduce you to your future. There's no greater pride, professional pride, for the university than making that happen for thousands of you in Guam, the surrounding Micronesian region, and indeed around the world. Well over 16,500 graduates in the history of the University of Guam. And for me, I've personally handed out about 1/3 of those diplomas. These ceremonies usually have speakers. Some would say the ceremony is interrupted by speakers. Speakers are sometimes, especially to the graduates, I know you're all smiling and thinking, yeah, that's true. I know that for some of you, speakers are an afterthought and certainly not the main event. I doubt that many of you came here today to hear me yet again give my thoughts to you and my perspective on the day's events. But listening to me is the price that you pay for getting that diploma over there. If you're graduating, and for celebrating your loved one, if you're a spouse, a significant other, a child, or parent, or have some special relationship to any one of these fine, outstanding graduates. We are primarily focused on the graduate and the graduate's future, and of course the celebrations that will occur later on in the day. The speakers here will inevitably try to reach some rhetorical flourish by borrowing from previous speeches, as I will by quoting noted journalist Tom Brokaw, who said in one of his commencement addresses, "You are educated. Your certification is in your degree. You may think of it as a ticket to the good life. Let me ask you to think of it alternatively. Think of it as your ticket to change the world." Tom Brokaw is calling you to serve a higher purpose than yourself. One of my favorites comes from success guru Robert Anthony. He said, "Some people just drink from the fountain of knowledge, others just gargle." If you think of your university experience as a fountain of knowledge, I trust that most of you drank from it eagerly, but maybe some of you just gargled and spit it out. Well, this is part of the transition from not just earning your diploma, but applying it to the future. And I hope that you drank eagerly and that you thirst for more. The Call to Change Things as They Are by Tom Brokaw, as you drink from the fountain of knowledge, is encouraged by many in your educators, some of their faculty members here, and some of your deans, as you were encouraged to be your own person, to go against the flow, to question authority, to pursue your dreams against the odds. And there's also one more continuing message in the Star Wars movies, including Rogue One. Now, this past week, while many of you graduates were agonizing over final exam and last-minute efforts to finish your papers and project, some of us were treated to the latest Star Wars movie, Rogue One. And now, being a rogue, being mischievous, being a rebel, stepping out on your own, going rogue is something that we celebrate in popular culture. Nobody goes to the movies to see someone who follows directions, goes with the flow, supports authority, and celebrates institutional power. I don't know when's the last movie you saw that celebrated someone like that. Jyn Erso, the star of Rogue One, talks about rebellion and hope and struggle with the Empire. She proclaims for all of us to understand, we have hope. Rebellions are built on hope. She said this in a time far ahead of us. Hurrah said the same thing a few centuries ago. Mahatma Gandhi and Martin Luther King said similar things in the last century, and your voice and your rebellion against the empire in this century awaits all of us. Just don't start it during this ceremony. Please follow a few more directions so we can get through the day. We're all Tritons, and we all know we're supposed to fulfill the mission of the University of Guam as in Ina Descubri Setbi, to enlighten, to discover, and to serve. We know that our mascot, the Triton, carries a trident, which represents this three-pronged approach to learning and meaning in our lives. But we must awaken that spirit with us with a hand gesture that unites us all as Tritons, especially as we look forward to the future and we go our separate ways. We must have a hand gesture that shows us to be unique. So this afternoon, let's not raise our hands in the shaka. I don't want to see any of that around here. That belongs to the University of Hawaii. Don't give me the hook 'em horns of the University of Texas. Give us the three fingers of the trident. Come on, graduates. There you go. There you go. Raise those hands for the first time. And while you're doing it, raise your voice as well. Viva UOG! Viva UOG! Viva UOG!